Good evening and welcome back to another video. Manchester City take on Liverpool tomorrow. I absolutely hate it every single time I say that, but this is something that we're going to have to face. City play Liverpool tomorrow as Premier League football returns, and I cannot... I can wait for this game, if I'm being honest. I know Liverpool aren't in great form and all that kind of stuff, but they're just Liverpool, man, and it's never easy to play against them. It is going to be a very interesting game of football, and of course the question on everyone's lips is, will Erling Haaland start this game? We already know Phil Foden won't, but will Erling Haaland start? I'm going to go through all that today, of course, look at Liverpool, look at the team news, chat to you guys as well, and try and predict the 11. How you all doing? It's good to see you all chatting away as well in the comments as always. We've got here, we've got Mark, Harris, we've got Renzo, Charlie, Santi Dave, we've got James, Amos, Nam, Stein, Slick, TIE Fighter, Justin, Harry, and loads more people. It's good to see you. How you all doing on this Friday evening? I'm weirdly optimistic ahead of the game tomorrow, but we will get into that all very, very shortly. As you can see on screen, by the way, this video is sponsored by the wonderful people over at Circle. I'm working with Circle now for a while. Circle are a fantastic little game. It is 18 plus, by the way, and you have to be UK based. But basically, it's a little kind of like shifting jackpot kind of thing where you enter, you put in a little wager yourself. For example, this one yesterday is £5 for tomorrow. It's £5 special, and every £5 to enter, and every single time a goal happens, every time the circle shifts. Basically, every time an event happens, the circle shifts, so you might be top of the pot. And if a goal happens, you win some of that pot, if that makes sense. So basically, jackpots are paid out every single time a goal is scored. But all the names in the pot, it will move around as events happen in the game. So if you want to enter that, you can click the link in the description. It's good fun. I've been paying attention to it during games. And you can win up to £500, which is obviously very, very exciting. So the circle for tomorrow's game. So if you've not got long to enter, go and do that if you fancy a little bit of fun during the game. So once again, the way the rules work for this game is every single time something happens, there'll be a circle with a bunch of players in. Say you're in there, and if a throw-in happens, it'll move a certain way around, forward or back. If a free kick happens, forward or back or whatever. Basically, that's how it works. So good luck if you want to enter, and fingers crossed one of you guys wins some money as you play over at Circle. PlayCircle.com, or click the link in the description below. So, I will be at the game tomorrow. I can't wait. I'm working with BBC Manchester tomorrow for the game. So if you listen to BBC Radio Manchester in general, you can hear my punditry, genuinely, which is absolutely crazy. I'll be on BBC Radio Manchester tomorrow before the game, at half-time and full-time. I'm sat in the press box tomorrow with a mic and everything. Crazy. I can't wait. And thank you very much to you guys for all the support, which makes stuff like that happen. So I'll be there tomorrow. So if you want some pre-match chat, tune into BBC Radio Manchester. Well, I'll be there with Mike chatting away ahead of the game, and I can't wait for it. So this is going to be a very fun... thank you very much, Colton. And Mark, well, I am the assistant, I guess, in a way, mate, so unfortunately. And thank you very much, Justin, as well, yeah, and Colton. I'll do my best, man. I can't wait, though, to be sat there with a little mic in the stadium. I'm not commentating as such. I'm just in punditry. And I can't wait. It should be a lot of fun. And also, by the way, I'm not sure if you all saw over on my Twitter... and this is the last of the housekeeping, so to speak. Another very exciting personal announcement for me, which I'll jump over to now and show you, is that I'm presenting an event. I'm presenting and hosting a live event with Carling's Local Legends Night. Sean Goater will be sat alongside me at the Waldorf pub in Manchester on April the 25th, Nicola's birthday, coincidentally. She'll be there. And I'll be presenting an evening with Sean Goater. So if you want to come and chat to Sean Goater and maybe have a chat with me if you want to, go over to my Twitter. There you go. I'm buzzing. I've never hosted anything ever in my life, so if you want to watch how badly I fail at it, come and join me. So that'll be an awful lot of fun as well. Let's get on to this game. Now, of course, Liverpool is a game that doesn't really need any introduction. Regardless of how poor or good Liverpool's form may be, they will always absolutely be at the very best and up for it for a game against Manchester City Football Club. There's no two ways about it. There's something about playing Man City, it motivates them. And I can tell you why it motivates them, because Man City have spoiled pretty much their golden era so many times. Everything they've ever done, City have been there to sort of ruin it. Of course, they've done wonderful things. They won the league and they won the Champions League, and we'd kill for that, of course. But largely, we've kind of sort of taken away an awful lot of trophies and success from their golden era, so to speak. So I think there's a bit of a grudge match always, and hence why, you know, even if they're not in great form, they can turn up against us. And we don't have to go far back, you know, to look at Liverpool's form in general. And when they last beat us, I'll bring it up when they beat us 1-0 in the league that day. Here we go over on screen right now. There we go. They weren't in the best form. I know they beat Rangers 7-1, but that's Rangers, who cares? They'd lost to Arsenal. They drew against Brighton in the league. They lost to Napoli 4-1, drew against Everton. They beat Newcastle 2-1, Bournemouth 9-0. They were very United, lost to United 2-1, drew to Palace 1-0. They were very up and down at the time, and they weren't in great form. But still, that day, in mid-October, they went and beat us 1-0 with Salah scoring the only goal. I think, was that the Cancelo mistake, by the way? Fuck me. Was that the one where Cancelo made a mistake on the halfway line? Because if so, I can't even remember. That feels like a lifetime ago. Oh, wow. I just realised that was 2 days before I became a dad. That's why it feels so long. That was 2 days before Ruben's birth. So that was, 2 days before Ruben's birth and before the World Cup. That feels like so fucking long time. That feels like ridiculously long time ago. So I wasn't a dad back then, and everything's been absolutely crazy. And of course, that game was really weird because we played a really strange formation. As you can see on screen, Cancelo, Phil Foden played sort of out wide with Bernardo alongside Rodri and Gundogan and De Bruyne. It was sort of like a 3-5-2, and it was a really weird formation. By the way, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm watching Ruben on a monitor there, sleeping as I'm doing this. It's very adorable. Which is just crazy. But Cancelo, of course, that day, it didn't work. It wasn't Cancelo's fault that we played that formation. I think Guardiola tried to, once again, change things a little bit too much. And it was sort of the start of City's downturn in form, I would say. We started to second-guess ourselves, and we're doing all right since then. We're doing all right before then, sorry. And since that moment, we dropped off massively. Now, of course, we have turned it around quite a bit since then. Liverpool have, they've been up and down as well. Their form has been consistently inconsistent. They are currently sat in 6th, and they will be chasing down Spurs in 4th. 7 points behind, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do that, Liverpool, because I still think they've got a lot of quality, even if they are so chaotic. Now, of course, you look at the recent results to Liverpool. They did lose to Real Madrid. No famous, Anfield comeback there from the Anfield side. They had a midfield of Gakpo and Milner and Fabinho with Jota, Nunes and Salah alongside him, Robertson, Van Dijk, Konate, Trent Alexander-Arnold. So they got a relatively strong side, but they did, of course, get spanked by Real Madrid 5-2 at Anfield. Now, before that, they lost to Bournemouth 1-0. This is how they lined up that day. They did deserve probably something from that game, if being honest, in terms of territorial possession and chances. But Bournemouth were good against them. Gakpo played as a false 9 with Bajcetic alongside Harvey Elliott and Fabinho. As good as those two young players are, it's a very inexperienced midfield, isn't it? So you can see why there've been a little bit of a drop off. Nunes seems to have got better, by the way. Look, Nunes had a really comical start, but he has seemed to have got better. Liverpool fans do sort of. I'm not sure if they love him more than just being defensive of him, but he's definitely improved a little bit. Not enough to be as good as they pretend he is right now. He's still been, average. He's been all right. But Salah as well is another one where his form hasn't been at his very best this season. He's got 8 and 8 in the Champions League. He's got 11 in 26. He's still got 18 goal involvements in 26 games, Salah, which is pretty decent. He's having a good season overall. He's got 19 this season, I think. Or 20, 21 in all competitions, including the Community Shield, of course, which they beat us in. But he's not at his very best season. Gakpo is starting to adapt to life at Liverpool. He's scored a few goals now. Let's have a look. He's starting to get a little bit better. He's not showing his Liverpool stats, but he's definitely adapting a tiny bit. Before that, of course, despite the loss, they beat United 7-0, which is a big game for them. Gakpo, Nunes, Salah with braces, and Firmino scoring, of course, as well. And in that game, they lined up with Fabinho, Harvey Elliott, and Henderson in midfield. United, of course, self-imploded that day. It was a weird game of football. But they've been very up and down. Like, a 2-0... So 2-0 and a 7-0, but then before that, a 0-0 draw at Palace and 5-2 loss against Real Madrid. They beat Newcastle and Everton 2-0, but then lost to Wolves 3-0 before that, and Brighton 2-1 before that, and drew with Chelsea 0-0. And everyone beats Chelsea these days. At that point, they did anyway. Lost to Brighton 3-0 and drew with Wolves. Such a weird team at the moment, and that's the thing about this team. But once again, they are going to be up for this game. There was an interesting stat there. I'm not sure if it's true. I'll take Charlie's word on this. Charlie said in the chat, and fact check yourself, said Liverpool haven't won a single game at 12:30 this season. That'll be interesting to see how they go tomorrow. Now, it's going to be a weird game of football. It's going to be a really strange game of football. Onto the actual quotes. Unfortunately, Guardiola did confirm that Foden's going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks. Not good. I think he's talking about Liverpool there. He said, we know each other for many years, so one more, they remain an exceptional team. He's right. They are an exceptional team still. Not in great form, but they've got too much quality to write off. And I think I tipped him to get back in the top 4, even when they were down in mid-table. He talked a lot about the schedule. He said, well, the best approach is to take each game one at a time, which is maybe boring. We have a tough schedule after this week, and we're all in competitions, and that is awesome, and that is so good. I love it when Pep goes all like... Pep stresses a lot about being there still, and I think he's absolutely right, man. I think he's right. He's right to talk about just how hard it is to be there. He did say as well, rightfully so, that Liverpool can beat anyone, like we can beat everyone. And he's right about that. He is right. This Liverpool side are very much capable of doing that. So you've got to be very, very, very calm. He talked about Haaland. He said, we'll see today at the end. The doctors and the player will decide how he feels. I spoke with him. He feels good. We will see. Life is risky in these stages, and we have to take it. That to me sounds like you'll play him. Life is risk in these stages, and we have to take it. I spoke to him. He feels good. That to me sounds like he's going to play. Though Scott with the super chat, my man Scott, my big how you doing, Scott, my pal, says let Alvarez cook. Let Alvarez cook indeed. Maybe he should do. Should it be Alvarez there? Scott reckons it should be. What does everyone reckon? Should it be Alvarez? Should it be Haaland? I'll put a quick poll in the chat right now. Let me just do it. Let me add a poll. Wait 1 second. Who should start? Haaland, Alvarez. I've asked the community. Go for it, you guys. We'll see. Maybe it will be Alvarez. Maybe it should be Haaland. I'm sort of relaxed on it. Interestingly, so far the poll is sort of. Maybe Alvarez, people are saying. Maybe Alvarez. Scott, Scott, mate, you've started something here. You've started something. We will see. Back to the quotes. Big love to Scott, as always. He talked about the physio. He said we have incredible physios and sports scientists, doctors, but injuries do happen. At this stage of the season, all the players will be involved, which is very true. He said football is the quality of the players. Haaland has his skills. Alvarez has his skills. It depends. Most of the players will come back yesterday. So he's talking about who's going to play there and all that kind of stuff. Diaz is absent for Liverpool, by the way. Núñez will definitely be contention. Yeah, he's not quite ready yet, is he? Jurgen Klopp talked a little bit about Haaland. He said if you cannot play and Alvarez plays, that makes Man City different but not weaker. Alvarez is obviously a proper striker, but they became Premier League champions without a striker, so they can have different ways. He's right. I actually agree. Interesting line though for Guardiola here. He said if we do not win all of them matches, then we will not be Premier League champions. He says we've got to win every single Premier League match, which is absolutely mental. That's crazy. He said, if you see the consistency of Arsenal, then we have to win all the Premier League games to be champions, but maybe something will happen. With football, you never know. He's probably not wrong. He said, on Liverpool as well, he said, the feeling I have right now is quite similar to previous battles with Liverpool when we won 17 or 18 games in a row. I have the same feeling. We know each other quite well. They know everything we're going to do, and we know what they're going to do. We won games, we lost. A big battle, not just between us to be champions, but doing the same, we won by 1 point twice, and at the same time, we could lose the league for 1 point. The margins have always been so close and so narrow, and I think tomorrow will not be an exception. He's right. He's absolutely right. I mean, fundamentally speaking, it's going to be a very tough game, and he's also right about the balance. Like maybe we have to win a whole bunch of games because it's just how it's going to be at the moment. We'll see, man. We will see how it goes. Currently, the poll, by the way, is Haaland 47 and Alvarez 53. It's very, very split, man. It's very, very split. Nicholas, by the way, Nicholas said the lullaby is making her sleepy. Do you want me to turn it off, Nicola? Let me know. Is he asleep? I'm watching the baby monitor. She's in there getting Ruben asleep, so I can turn the lullaby off. I'll turn it off right now. Go for it if you want to, Nicola. I'll be done in 15, 20 minutes for dinner. But onto our team. Let's try and guess our team. Let's just work over here and have a look. So we already know. we already know that Foden's not going to be playing. Let me just rearrange the formation a little bit. I think it is going to be nominally four at the back, but of course, with certain players in different positions. It's going to be Edison. Ake's going to be over here, right? I think this is going to be Diaz, Akanji. Will it be Stones or will it be Walker? I think it's going to be John Stones, which is wild. I mean, what I would really like, I think it's going to be John Stones, personally. This is my guess is this, because I think Stones will play. I think it'll be like this as always, and I think Stones will be alongside Rodri. I hope he doesn't do anything weird and just sort of sticks to what we've been doing recently. On the left is clearly going to be Jack Grealish. I think on the right it's going to be, would it be Bernardo or Mahrez? I've got a feeling we might see Bernardo, My guess is we might see Bernardo out here. Could be Mahrez. I think Haaland's going to play. That's my guess. I think we might see Bernardo out wide, and I think Gundo will be over here. Because he has a habit of doing this, doesn't he? He pretty much always tries to get his big key players in. I think it's going to be something like this when we've got the ball. I might be wrong. It could be Walker. I mean, who's on the left? The only thing is, for them, who do I... Look, I know Nunes is fast, but I don't worry about John Stones with Nunes. That's the only thing. I'm with Colton. I definitely think Bernardo starts. But will it be Mahrez or Gundogan left out? I'm not sure either. I'm just not sure. It's such a big loss. Yeah, Foden definitely would have started on the right. I think we're going to see something like this. I mean, it could be that, I wouldn't mind Stones playing and Walker, but I think Akanji's going to get the nod. It could be that. It could be that. But I still think Akanji will play, and I think it'll be Stones. And I think Rodri's going to play. It could be Bernardo, and this could over here be Mahrez. It could be something like this. Alvarez, of course, could play if Haaland's not, but I think we know most of the team. Akanji seems to be the one at the moment. Laporte could get a game, but I think Ake's in the team right now, and pretty much on merit as well. Agundo, Rodri, KDB, midfield, says Santi Dave. It's very difficult to predict, but I'm going for something like this, I reckon. All I hope is that we play our own game. I don't ask for much in football. I just want City to play their own game and not worry too much about what everyone else does. So we've got a tendency every now and then of trying to adapt ourselves to the other teams, and I just kind of wish we didn't do that. I want us to be aggressive tomorrow and go out there and assert ourselves on Liverpool, because this Liverpool side has been fragile, man. They are fragile. They have so much talent, but they're so up and down emotionally, and their performances have gone from the sublime to the ridiculous. To 7-0 to lose 5-2, to beat United 7-0, and then to beat Bournemouth 9-0, and then get loads to Brighton 3-0. Just loads of crazy results. And Liverpool this season are so up and down and so emotional that we have to just be. We have to be confident, bold, and strong. Now, the only good thing, of course, is that our record against Liverpool at the Etihad... No, sorry, our Etihad record is very good, and largely we're pretty good at the Etihad as well. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going for a Man City win. I was on Liverpool fan channel, Redmen TV, and I did an opposite preview with them, and I said 1-0 Man City. And I can probably see it being the same again. I think it will be really tight. I hope we somehow spank him. I don't think we will do, but I'm going to say 1-0 City. I'm going to say Erling Haaland with the goal. Get KDB to Haaland. A simple finish, a cross, a tap in, done. Then we defend and we hold out. The thing is for me as well is that KDB had an absolute blinder midweek for Belgium, in the international break, which to me is really encouraging, of course. And oops, sorry about that. When you've got someone like KDB, you've got a chance, haven't you? Because he's such a fantastic footballer. I'm going to go for 2-1. Monifio Fernandez says 2-1 City as one. I said 1-0, sorry, it's not 2-1. I've read that out loud. Justin said I want Gundo in the mid and Bernardo on the right. I think Silva makes space for KDB. Okay, potentially, yeah. I think I probably agree. Pete said 4-1 City. The defence has been shambolic. Colton said 3-0 City. The defence has been terrible. Get at Alexander-Arnold. Get at Robertson. As good as they are going forward, their form has not been great. And Van Dijk isn't the Van Dijk that we used to know either. So, fingers crossed we've got enough. I'm going for 1-0 though. Guys, That is my prediction. Once again, I would implore you to go and click the link in the description to go and sign up for Circle. Circle's fantastic. You can join now. Join this pot. Basically, the way it works is that you join a little pot, and there's loads of people who've signed up as well. And every time an event happens, it shifts around a little circle. And if you're at the top of the pot when someone scores a goal in the Goal Gifter Special, you will win a portion of that jackpot. So it's a really good fun game. It's a nice little bonus way to watch a game because you got a little kind of added spice there. You got to be 18 plus though, and of course based in the UK. Let me know if you enter, and good luck to all who do. Guys, thanks for watching this. I'm gonna go and get some dinner because I'm starving and very, very tired. I will be Beavis Radio Manchester tomorrow, and I'll catch you after the game as well. Come on, City. 1-0 I'm going for. Up the Blues. Good evening. Bye bye.